In the UK, emergency services quietly acknowledge something they never speak about publicly. Between 3 o'clock and 3:10 in the morning, a small number of calls come in that don't fit any pattern. The callers whisper. Some cry. Some stay silent for long seconds before hanging up. But a few of them say the exact same thing, word for word, he's outside. And he sounds like me. Daniel Moore moved to Manchester after his divorce. He didn't tell anyone the real reason. Officially, it was a job transfer. Unofficially, it was guilt. Flat 1 for B was cheap enough to feel suspicious. But Daniel didn't ask questions. When the landlord handed over the keys, his hand hesitated for just a second too long. He said people usually didn't stay very long in that flat. Daniel joked about bad plumbing. The landlord didn't laugh. He just said nights there were difficult. The first knock woke Daniel from a deep sleep. His phone glowed on the bedside table. 3:06 a.m. One slow knock echoed through the hallway. Not aggressive, not rushed. As if whoever stood outside knew there was no need to hurry. Daniel sat up, heart pounding, when a calm voice followed from the other side of the door. It said his name softly, perfectly, in his own tone. Daniel froze. He hadn't introduced himself to anyone in the building. The next night, it happened again. Same time, same knock, same voice. By the third night, the voice began saying things it shouldn't know. Things Daniel had never said out loud, regrets, conversations that ended badly. Words he never spoke to his ex-wife before she walked out of his life. Each sentence felt carefully chosen, like a blade pressed slowly against memory. On the fourth night, Daniel installed a small door camera. When the knocking started at 3:07 a.m., he opened the app with shaking hands. The hallway outside Flat 1 for B was empty. No footsteps. No shadows. But on the screen, in the faint reflection of the camera lens, someone stood exactly where the door should have been. It was Daniel, smiling calmly. His eyes looked wrong to still, too empty. The reflection lifted its hand and knocked. Daniel called the police the next day. They listened politely, took notes, and checked the building's history. Flat 1 for B had previous tenants. Every one of them reported hearing their own voice late at night. Every one of them complained of feeling watched from inside their own apartment. Every case ended the same way: suicide, time of death, 3:07 a.m. An old man from the building finally told Daniel what everyone else avoided saying. He explained that whatever came to the door wasn't a ghost. It didn't haunt the building. It waited for people already breaking. It fed on guilt, exhaustion, and unfinished apologies. It didn't force its way inside. It only entered when invited. The knock wasn't a threat. It was an offer. On the final night, Daniel packed his bags. He wasn't staying another hour. At 2:59 a.m., the lights flickered and went out. The knock came early this time. One slow knock. Then the voice, gentle and convincing, whispered that it could fix what Daniel had broken. That it could say the words he never did. Daniel cried quietly as he unlocked the door. Neighbors later reported seeing Daniel leave the building at 3:08 a.m., calm, relaxed, smiling to himself. Inside Flat 1 for B, police found a man sitting against the wall. Eyes wide open, face frozen in terror. He looked exactly like Daniel Moore. Some people don't die. They just get replaced.